What if I told you that everything you think you know about Spider-Man's strength is wrong? For decades, the official line from Marvel has been pretty clear. Peter Parker can lift about 10 tons. It's a respectable number, sure. But what does that number even mean when we see a hero catch an armored car weighing twice that? The official handbook of the Marvel Universe has, for the most part, stuck Spider-Man in the 10 to 25-ton range. Writers and artists have always played it a little fast and loose with that 10-ton rule. We've seen him effortlessly snap thick metal beams, catch armored cars in midair, and even throw a tank that weighs around 50 tons. When Peter Parker is pushed to his absolute limit, when the lives of people he loves are on the line, the numbers on some power chart become meaningless. His strength isn't static. It's tied directly to his willpower and his overwhelming sense of responsibility. And there's no better example of this than in the pages of Amazing Spider-Man number 33. This wasn't about lifting a few tons of machinery. This was holding up the entire Daily Bugle building. After one of the Green Goblin's bombs went off, the 46-story skyscraper started to crumble. And Spider-Man put himself right under a critical support beam, bearing the weight of the structure so everyone could get out. What's the most insane feat of strength you've ever seen from Spider-Man? Let me know down in the comments. And if you're enjoying this dive into Marvel's biggest lies, make sure to hit that subscribe button. When Dr. Octopus's mind took over Peter Parker's body, he had all of Spider-Man's power. All those years, all those battles, Peter wasn't fighting to win. He was fighting to not kill him. His struggle isn't always against his villain's strength. It's against his own. He is a nuclear weapon who chooses every single day to be a precision instrument. The 10-ton lie isn't just some random number. It's a direct reflection of his character. The lie of his strength isn't just a continuity error or a writer's shortcut. It's the central pillar of his entire identity. He is a man with the power of a god who carries the weight of the world, not just on his shoulders but in his heart. And that makes him stronger than any number could ever possibly convey. It's the power level he lets himself use to be the hero he needs to be, while actively suppressing the monster he could so easily become. He had always been holding back, measuring every single blow with superhuman precision to make sure his enemies went to the police, not the morgue. But none of Peter's morals or his lifetime of pulling punches. Early on, as the superior Spider-Man, he confronts the villain Scorpion. It's situational, it's emotional, and for all practical purposes, it's nearly limitless when it's fueled by his unbreakable will. Peter Parker has consistently shown that his physical limits are more of a suggestion than a rule. His power is directly proportional to his desperation, which makes him one of the most formidable, and secretly one of the most dangerous heroes in the Marvel Universe. He isn't in the same class as the Hulk or Thor because he chooses not to be. He stays on the streets, the friendly neighborhood hero, because that's where he thinks he belongs. The 10-ton rating is Marvel's biggest lie, because the character himself is built on a foundation of holding back. He operates in a world he could shatter if he ever truly let go. In the middle of the fight, Otto throws a single casual punch and tears Scorpion's jaw clean off his face. And ring the bell so you don't miss what we uncover next. Each of these feats, on its own, already pushes the limits of his supposed strength class. A modern skyscraper that size is estimated to weigh hundreds of thousands of tons. This isn't a hero who can lift a car. This is a hero who can hold up a building. The only reason he doesn't do it every day is because he chooses not to. That 10-ton limit isn't for his benefit. It's for everyone else's safety. It's a handicap he puts on himself to keep from accidentally killing the very people he's sworn to protect. Even if he was only supporting a fraction of that, the force involved is astronomical. This doesn't put him in the 10 or even 50-ton category. It puts him in the same league as Marvel's certified heavy hitters like the Thing or Colossus. He held that weight, strained under it, and then, with one last massive effort, webbed the structure together to stop it from collapsing completely. But these aren't even his most impressive moments. They're just the warm-up. This class means he can tangle with street-level villains, toss cars around, and do all his impressive acrobatics. It's a level of power that doesn't just bend steel, but completely shatters his official rating. With great power comes great responsibility, and for Peter, that means the responsibility to not pulverize every person-snatcher he runs into. The friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is a persona, a conscious choice he makes to operate at a tiny fraction of his real potential. The moments he's forced to go beyond that are nothing short of legendary. Take the time he had to deal with an out-of-control private jet. Instead of just slowing it down, he physically supported its weight on his back as it landed, a feat he guessed was around 50 tons, not even counting the thrust. Or think about his fights against guys who are way out of his supposed weight class. He stood his ground against the Juggernaut, a being whose whole deal is being an unstoppable force of nature. While he couldn't beat him in a fistfight, he was strong enough to survive the encounter and smart enough to find another way to win. These aren't outliers, they're a consistent pattern. When the situation gets dire enough, Spider-Man's strength rises to meet the challenge, no matter how impossible it seems. And for his everyday crime fighting, that seems to fit. He's strong enough to be a superhero, but not so strong he feels out of place swinging through New York. He's trapped under tons of heavy machinery in a flooding underwater base, with the only cure for a dying Aunt May just out of his reach. He's beaten, exhausted, and ready to give up. The weight is just too much. But then, thinking about how he failed to save Uncle Ben, he digs deeper and finds something more. Fueled by nothing but raw desperation and love, he does the impossible. He lifts the immense weight off his back. This one act of willpower-fueled strength became a defining moment for him, proving that his physical limits are only as real as his emotional ones. What does it mean when he single-handedly grounds a private jet? That 10-ton rating isn't a measure of his strength. It's a measure of his restraint. It's the safety he keeps on at all times, because he knows he lives in a world that's basically made of cardboard compared to him. The real story of Spider-Man's power isn't in the stats, but in the moments of pure desperation. It's in those split-second decisions when the weight of the world is literally on his shoulders, and he has no choice but to lift. It puts him comfortably in the superhuman category. Right? But it's also a lie. It's a convenient, easy-to-digest number that wildly undersells one of the most powerful heroes in the Marvel Universe. The comics themselves tell a completely different story. A story of a hero who doesn't just lift cars, but stops airplanes, supports collapsing skyscrapers, and trades blows with cosmic-level threats. This isn't about what the handbooks say. This is about the proof written in ink and printed on the page for over 60 years. The truth is, Spider-Man's 10-ton limit is a joke. And the moments that prove it reveal a character far stronger and frankly more terrifying than he was ever meant to be. The official number is 10 tons. Let's just start there. That's the weight of about 2 elephants. Impressive, right? So, to really get the lie, we have to start with the official truth. But the cracks in that official story show up almost immediately when you actually open a comic. These casual displays of power hint at a much deeper well of strength, one that Peter Parker almost never lets himself tap into. This is where the whole lie just completely unravels. This isn't just another comic book story. It's one of the most iconic moments in superhero history. But believe it or not, even that legendary feat gets overshadowed. If the rubble lift in issue number 33 cracked the 10-ton myth, then the events of Peter Parker, Spider-Man number 98, brought the whole building down. Let's just try to wrap our heads around that. This feat is the ultimate proof, so far beyond his official classification that it forces a total revaluation. And these are just a few examples. The comics are packed with them. So why does Marvel keep pushing that 10-ton number? The answer gets to the very core of Peter Parker's character. He holds back. He always holds back. The most chilling proof of this constant, terrifying restraint came during the Superior Spider-Man storyline. In that one horrifying moment, Ottawa Man, who had fought Spider-Man for years, finally understood the truth. This revelation reframes every single fight Spider-Man has ever had. Spider-Man's true strength isn't a number you can just write down in a handbook. The feats are undeniable. From lifting tons of rubble to save his aunt, to supporting the weight of a skyscraper. But that choice is what makes him so incredible. It's not the power he has, but the power he restrains that truly defines him.